The bear gave us a taste of the high-stakes world behind the kitchen door. But for chefs, that's not just TV, it's real life. Our guest today, Chef Jennifer Carroll, knows all about the heat. From competing in Top Chef to running her own restaurants, she's faced pressure that would make even Carmi sweat. So how does she wind down after a day of culinary chaos? With the fluffiest sous chefs around, her pet rabbits. Hop on in as we chat with Jennifer and meet her bunnies on today's episode of Industry Pets. Welcome to the show, Jen Carroll. How are you doing today?
I'm doing so good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I am so excited to find out that you are a rabbit owner.
Yes, I have 3 rabbits.
Little Joanie, Turkey, and Pickel. Very cool names. How did you come up with those names?
So little Joanie is actually the biggest one. And her name came about because I don't have children and my mom has always bugged me for kids. I'm like, fine, I'll name my rabbit after you. And little Joanie she was born in our care. She was the runt of the litter. We fed her by syringe. So little Joanie was perfect because I'm like, Mom, look, she's my little fur baby. So that's what little Joanie came about. And then Turkey and Pickel are adopted brothers, and their original names were Harley after Harley Davidson and Pickel after a duck, some cartoon character, a duck. And I don't know, I start calling Turkey, and Billy was trying to name him Hercules to try and stay the same as Harley Hercules. And Turkey won out, and he's brown and kind of looks like a turkey, and he has a little attitude that I don't know, he's like a little turkey. So it worked perfect for him. And Pickel was close to Pickel. We're chefs, we love pickles, but it also stands for he gets nervous a lot and doesn't like to be held or snuggled, and when you do, he pees on you. So it started to turn into Pickel instead of Pickle. So there's lots of reasoning behind all of their names.
That's amazing. It sounds like they have unique personalities. Can you describe the 3 personalities and their differences?
They are all motivated by food and snacks, which is great because we're chefs. But Joanie she's a little sassy. She'll come to you when she wants to come to you, especially when she hears snacks. She'll run out and come up and snip at your pants or ankles to try and get treats and just get attention. But when she's done, she's done. She's like, okay, I had enough. She'll shake you off and kick her back feet for you to get away. Turkey is a lover. He just wants all the snuggles. He will sit with you, lay with you all day, all night. He just wants to be petted and loved on. And Pickel, he is the curious, nervous one that's always up on his hind legs, looking around like the antenna, what's going on? What do I have to run from? And he does not like to be touched at all. And even when you have snacks, he'll come in and he'll get real close, and then he'll turn and run away. I'm like, what are you doing? I just want to love you.
That's awesome. So you adopted Pickel and Turkey. So were they come from a rescue, or was it just someone personally that you knew that you took them off their hands?
So we took Joanie and her parents for a checkup at the vet, and because at that time we had 3 rabbits already. We had Chewy and Larry, Joanie's mom and dad, who have recently passed. And we were at the vet doing their checkup, and it was right around my husband Billy's birthday, and we saw this cute little poster of these little miniature dwarfed rabbits that were so cute. And Billy comes out of the bathroom. He's like, oh, look, for my birthday, I want 2 more rabbits. And I'm like, no. And I was the person who always wanted rabbits. I'm the reason we have rabbits. And I looked at them and I'm like, they were so, so cute. And our vet usually doesn't put up animals for adoption, but the couple that owned them were moving to Germany because they were in the either the Air Force or the Marines or Navy or something like that. And they had to move and couldn't bring the rabbits with them to Germany. There was just too much paperwork and not enough time. So we were like, okay, let's do it. And so at one point we had five rabbits at one point, which was a lot because they're all indoor rabbits. There was a lot of fur. There was a lot of fur. Lint rollers everywhere.
So a lot of people don't know that there's different kinds of rabbits. They just think rabbit is one thing, right? So what kinds of rabbits are your rabbits?
So they're both Holland Lops. So Joanie is I get this back mixed up all the time, whether the dwarf's bigger than the miniature. I think Joanie is the Holland Lop miniature. So she has the floppy ears and she weighs about 4 to 6 pounds. And so she's like the size of a cat. She's can be bigger than some dogs. and then the brothers are Holland Lop dwarfs, which you would think the dwarfs are smaller. The miniatures are smaller than the dwarfs, but they're not. And they have they're floppy ears, but they stand out a little bit more. And they are about 1 to 2 pounds. So they're little tiny guys. And so they're the two types I have. But yeah, there's a ton of different rabbits. There's the lion head, which is super fluffy and really, really furry. And of course, the fur looks like a lion head mane. There's the big giant Flemish rabbits. We were talking about getting another rabbit and we're like, do we want a big monster one? It's the really big guys. I don't know. That's a real big commitment. So there's tons of different ones.
You have to exercise caution when you introduce them to each other.
Oh yeah. So they have to bond or they will fight, and when they fight it is really scary. They have to, because they're very territorial. So the brothers, when we brought them home, we had Larry, Joanie, and Chewy, and we had to keep them in separate cages. We had to keep them, when we let them out to play, they had to be out at separate times until they could smell each other and really get used to each other, and introduce them very gently, me holding the boys and Billy holding Larry. So they eventually started to bond, and they bonded right away with Joanie, which was great. And sometimes the boys will fight when it's a full moon time. The boys will fight of who wants the dominance, because there always is the dominant rabbit. But Joanie's the gatekeeper. She is the one that is in charge, and it's really of which boy gets to be the closest to lay next to her and snuggle with her. So there's lots of humping that happens. Thank God they're spayed and neutered.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy.
So I was going to ask you about that. Is there anything special or extra care you have to have when spaying or neutering a rabbit?
When I first got our first rabbit, Chewy, we didn't know about, spaying and neutering and all of that stuff. And we went just to a regular veterinarian. We didn't go to an exotics pet veterinarian, which if you have a rabbit, definitely find an exotic pet veterinarian, because our original vet said, hey, I don't think that she needs to be spayed because she's a miniature and it's a little bit harder for her to recover. You don't have another rabbit, which we didn't at the time. And so he was like, I think it's fine. And then once we got another rabbit, which was a boy, we didn't have him neutered because he just came to us without being neutered. And we took the trash out one day and we came back and Chewy and Larry were together and we were like, oh no. And she was pregnant. But this is when we moved from Philadelphia to DC, found an exotic vet and took her after she had the babies. And they're like, oh no, They should definitely be spayed and neutered. It's an easy surgery. The other vet was probably saying that because rabbits are so much smaller. They're very similar, but it's a little bit harder because of the size. And so they're like, we definitely think that they should all be spayed and neutered for their own health, with like risk of cancer and all of the same things with cats and dogs. So find yourself an exotic vet, please.
Awesome. Good advice. Good advice. Did you find homes for that litter that she
Yes.
had?
At Billy's restaurant, two of his co-workers took in the other ones, which were Chomper, because he was a little we called him that because he would like chomp around and like kind of like nip on everybody, and so he was definitely the most aggressive one. But he became like, in his family, he like that adopted him, where like he was super sweet because I think he was the only one, so he didn't have to fight with anybody's attention. And oh my gosh, who was the other one? Joanie was the runt, and Dottie, because she had so many like little dots, was adopted by another family who had her for a really long time too. I
love the pattern. I believe Joanie, right? She has these these cool dots on her face, like right here. It's really cute.
It's like a little like a mustache or like a panda, right? It's so cute. Like it's when she like is wiggling her nose, which is like all the time, it like moves. So it's like when she's eating, especially eating bananas, I get like the close-up shot because she goes wild for bananas. It's like her little like mustache like bounces up and down. It is just the cutest thing ever.
That's awesome. Being a professional chef, do you have any special rabbit recipes? Or recipes for your rabbit? I will specifically say it that way. Do you have any special recipes for your rabbits?
We will dehydrate a lot of our like vegetable trims and everything like that. We have a bunch of dehydrators, so we try and keep it as natural as possible. And when we are dehydrating any fruits or vegetables, we're looking at the sugar content, because sugar is not really that great for our rabbits. They just, with digestion issues and things like that. So we have that. And then they love fresh herbs. So I'm not making my own like hay or anything like that. We thought we were going to do it, and we just don't have enough time. So we do the dehydrated fruits and vegetables for them. And then lots of herbs. The boys love cilantro. Joanie does not. So they all do have like different palates too. Like Joanie will eat certain things. She's picky for a lot of like different like vegetables, but like you throw like the snacks that come in like their food, she will eat them up, and the boys will be like, okay, I want the peanut out of here. I want this little piece out, and they'll eat all of the herbs.
Got a tough question for you here. So being a professional chef and a rabbit owner, how do you cope with the fact that what we see as amazing, cute pets, some see as an ingredient?
Yes. So I used to cook with rabbit. It was actually on one of my menus like before, and I had a French restaurant, I had a bistro, and so rabbit was on my menu. But ever since I got them, we don't cook rabbit, we don't eat rabbit. And, people ask us all the time, they're like, oh, are you going to make rabbits? And they'll be like, oh, you're breeding them to cook. And I'm more like, no, we're not. They're way too cute. Definitely not anymore. I can't do it.
That's awesome. So it sounds like you have changed the tide on the rabbit and the menu.
Oh yeah, not in our house.
Awesome. Do rabbits have any special grooming needs?
Yes, they need to be brushed. They shed their fur. I think they shed their coats 3 times a year. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it feels like they are always growing new fur. So they are constantly like, we will like go into the bathroom and you just go like this. We have a certain brush that has a little like steam on it so the fur doesn't go flying all over the place. And I swear I could probably have made multiple pillows and sweaters and jackets and scarves and hats with all of the fur that we have gone through over the years. It's a lot. And you have to cut their toenails and like their claws all the time because they are constantly growing, just like cats and dogs. So we trim them as well.
Have you encountered any challenges with rabbit care that you didn't plan on?
I didn't know that rabbits' teeth never stop growing, so they always need something to chew on. So you definitely have to rabbit proof your home. So no cords can be around because they'll be gone. Your baseboards, be prepared for them to chew on your baseboards, your doors, your furniture, literally everything and anything. All your books, they love eating books. Our cookbook collection, we use them a lot, but they have a lot of rabbit marks chewed through them. I did not ever see that coming, of them just wanting to eat and chew everything. Yeah. So you definitely have to rabbit proof your home. I also found out that they like eating drywall, which was a huge surprise to me because we had everything blocked off and rabbit proofed, and we came home one day, I'm like, what is going on with the wall over there? And Joanie was just going at it. And so now the perimeter around all of like the rooms are a lot higher. Because
how did you create a rabbit environment? What's their home? What does their area look like, and how did you create that?
So they have their own like large room. Billy built their own like hutch for them that they can freely go in and out of, which has their litter box in there. So they're all litter trained, which is really great. And that has like their hay, their food, their water, though they go in and out freely. And then in our other room that they go in and out and run all around, there's just we have either cardboard up blocking all of the walls, and then we also have like shelving, like metal grate shelving that goes around all of the walls so they can't get at it. And then all of our cords are up off the ground, or they have like that hard plastic protecting them. But yeah, I've lost a few phone chargers along the way, because like especially when you're like snuggling with like Turkey and like, or try and pick up like Joanie and she'll come over and like you have your phone plugged in and charging. She's one little nip and it's done. So Joanie and Pickel more than Turkey, when you're holding them, like Pickel, who likes not to be held, will nip on like your sweatshirt or your t-shirt. So we've lost lots of shirts to them because they do a little like nip, and they also like will nip at you when they want attention, like, and they won't bite hard, but it's them trying to get attention. So we'll look down and be like, oh great, here's another hole from whoever, like in all of our t-shirts, sweatshirts. We go through more clothes, I think, than we foresaw.
That's definitely good advice. Any other advice for people thinking about getting their first pet rabbit?
Yes, just like we keep them kind of on a schedule with their food. They always have hay, but just think about like, because they are rabbits, if you go away, you do need to have somebody come in and like give them fresh water and fresh food and all of those things, just like a dog or a cat. So you can't leave them for days and say that they're going to be okay. I would definitely say rabbit proof. And if you have any other animals at home, introduce them slowly. And for young kids too, definitely don't chase the rabbit at all, and just be really gentle, because rabbits can get hurt very easily because they are so small, and they are natural, their natural instinct is to run because they are animals of prey, and so they want to run and hide. So just always kind of let your rabbit come to you, be gentle, get down on the floor with them, down to their level, and so they can become comfortable with you. And don't force it, because if you force it and chase after them, they're going to be scared of you forever.
Oh my gosh.
Which you don't want.
Yeah, no. you never had rabbits when you were younger, like when you were a kid?
No. So I had cats. I had dogs. We had a hamster that was named Whiskers that my younger sister and I took for a picnic. This was my sister Jessica's. She got to take Whiskers home for the summer. Right? It was the school's like hamster. Well, my sister Sunny and I, we were probably like maybe 5 and 6 at the time, and we're like, let's take Whiskers for a picnic. And we went into our backyard with a little picnic basket all full of his food, and as 5 and 6-year-olds do, we got tired and went inside and thought Whiskers would be fine in the picnic basket that could go out. Well, Whiskers was never seen again. Well, we lost my sister's hamster for the school, so sorry about that. And then we had, I had lots of cats. I had a cat named Spunky, a cat named Gizmo, which was the Persian cats that were so cute. Had an Irish setter named Molly, a golden retriever named Cujo after the Stephen King movie. It's the complete opposite of his personality because he would lick you to death or slobber all over you. And then I had a wire fox terrier named Buttons. So I've always had animals in my life, and I loved rabbits. I had like the stuffed animal rabbit that my dad got me that I used to carry around named Scamper. So I think that was my connection with rabbits that I always loved. And I loved the movie Bambi as a child and loved Thumper. I was just always gravitated towards that. And I really thought that rabbits, with our jobs as chefs, because we work so much, I thought that they would be really easy to care for, easier than a dog or a cat. And no, they're just as hard. Harder because you have to change their litter box. You have to, groom them, cut their nails, rabbit proof your house. There's so much more that comes to a rabbit. Is not necessarily the easiest pet. It's definitely not.
I love that you've had so many pets throughout your life. Can you explain to me how pets affect your mental health?
Pets just make me so happy. They show you love. They're so cute. Like when you come home after a long day and you see them, right? It's like Joanie, who will like come running to you for like to say hello, give you a little poke, and then run away. It's just that nice like greeting, the unconditional love that you have, and it's just, it just like gives you a feeling of relief and like relaxation that so many things can't do. And it's just when you're with your animal and your pet, it's pure love, right? Like that's all it is. So it just feels good all around.
Chef Jen Carroll, please tell everybody what you got going on and where they can find you.
So, hey everybody, you can find me on all of my social platforms at Chef Jen with one N Carroll, Carroll. So that will be my Instagram, X, all of that. And then I also have a page called cooking_with_the_Carrolls. So cooking with the Carrolls. Follow my bunnies, Munchin Buns on Instagram, and my website is eatccc.com. You can find out everything that I do there. I have a cooking community that you can become a part of where I share recipes. There's a spice club that goes along with it. I teach classes. I do intimate dinners for private and ticketed to the public. And I also just started a new experience that won one of the best food tours in the city of Philadelphia, where I take people on food journeys to eat and hang out and have a really good time. So I have a lot going on. So please check me out. And the easiest way, Chef Jen Carroll on Instagram, and the links in my bio with everything there.
Chef Jen Carroll, thanks so much for being on Industry Pets. You have a great day.
Thank you so much. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.